may know him from his website, postsecret.com. Let's bring him out, everybody. Frank Warren! Good to see you. All right, thank you for being on the program.
Great to be here.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, just before we get into the real questions, I want everyone to know that Frank has been our very first proactive guest. He emailed our producer wanting to know how he get on, and also had a link to his TED Talk in the email. And so we've decided that our new policy is if you have a TED Talk, that's how you get on. But anyway, Frank, thank you for joining us. So for the, hopefully few people out there who don't know what Post Secret is, can you give us kind of the 30-second commercial on what it is?
Post Secret was born right here in the DC area through Artomatic. It's like an organic product of the area, so I can support area arts and area programs. It's a project where I printed up 3,000 self-addressed postcards that were blank on one side and handed them out to strangers in DC, inviting them to write down a secret on the card, something that was true and they'd never told it before to anyone, and mail it to me. That was 7 years ago, and since then I've received over 500,000 postcards from around the world. The idea spread virally. People began to buy their own postcards and make their own postcards. I scan them and post them on a website at postsecret.com every Sunday, and there are some books and some talks, and the project just continues to grow. I think secrets are inexhaustible.
Yeah, that's amazing. Now, how did you come up with this idea originally? What kind of drove you to print up these postcards and kind of solicit secrets from folks?
I think there's a lot of answers to that. I think one is when I was growing up, I felt like there were secrets in my family, secrets that we kept from others, and secrets that were kept from me by family members, and so that kind of created this endless fascination with secrets, who has them, what they are. And then later, I think through the project, I was able to recognize some secrets that I was keeping from myself. And so I wrote those down on postcards, mailed them to myself, and some are actually in Post Secret books.
That's cool. And so do you find, for you personally, did it start as just a cathartic thing then? And then do you find that people that you talk to who have submitted or told you they've submitted, is that a reason that they do it, or do the reasons vary? Kind of how does that go?
I think the reasons people participate are just as varied as the secrets themselves. I think some people just want to share a funny story or write down a sexual taboo, but sometimes the secrets can be very heavy. And I think in those cases, my hope is that the whole process of choosing the words to take ownership of your secret, putting it on a postcard, and then physically letting it go, I hope that can be a first step to addressing that secret in a way that's best for you.
Yeah. Now, this might be a strange question, but do you ever feel kind of a burden, especially when you get a heavier secret, or, I've been a fan for a long time, and, many of them are very, hurtful things that obviously people are getting off their chest, but does it ever affect you personally to see kind of all the stuff coming in? Or?
I think in that sense, it's lucky that I'm a guy, because my emotions are kind of stunted to begin with. But,
tell me about it, brother.
But there are some secrets that are very heavy, and my hope is that by the person getting it out and then sharing it and other people knowing they're not alone with their secret, that whole process, I hope, is one that lightens everybody's load a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Now, can you tell us about, you talked about books, can you talk about some of the other spin-offs or things that you do other than the website?
Sure, we're really excited about a Post-Secret play that we're working on now that'll be workshopped at the Roundhouse Theater in a couple of months. So
in Silver Spring?
Yeah.
Cool.
So watch for that. And a book might be coming out based upon the app and secrets that were shared on the Post Secret app, so we're really excited about that as well.
And is that one in iTunes Store? Can you get it on Android as well? Or is it just Apple?
It'll be an actual book.
Okay, cool.
From HarperCollins, yeah. But it might be in the shape of a cell phone, so it might look
cool.
like an app, but be a book.
Counts.
Hey, that counts. That's really cool. And then I know you've done your TED Talk. Do you give that same talk often, or how does that go?
The talk I gave at TED was about 8 minutes long, and I do a lot of traveling and sharing the secrets and stories on college campuses, and that talk can be 70 to 80 to 90 minutes. And in fact, there's a European tour coming up around Christmas, where I'll be speaking at in 7 cities in the UK and then in Dublin.
Wow.
And so again, confirmation that secrets are universal.
Yeah, well, and not a bad gig to get all that travel either.
Yeah, Frank, you're like a rock star. Do you ever feel like that?
Like an emotional rock star.
Emotional rock star, perfect.
Sometimes it's kind of uncomfortable because I think people feel a strong connection to the Post-Secret Project and the secrets that everyday people are sharing. And so when they come to a Post-Secret event, sometimes I think there are feelings projected upon me because I represent the project.
So what are those feelings usually like? You know, can you describe like an interaction like that, if you don't mind? Like, what is it?
Well, it can also be emails and notes and letters I get, but just you know, thanking me for things that I don't think I'm that responsible for. I think the power of the project really comes from the vulnerability that everyday people are showing, and the reason like 1 million people come to the website every week is because they can tell when they read that secret and see the artwork, it just resonates at this level of truth and vulnerability and reality that you don't see very many places.
Right, so you kind of gave them a place to put those thoughts, so they feel that connection.
Yeah, I think of the website as being this safe, non-judgmental place where people can share their feelings, and then at Post-Secret events, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
For 30 or 40 minutes, I try and create this safe space where people can talk about things they normally don't say in their everyday lives, and then for the last 20 minutes of the program, audience members will stand up at microphones and tell their secrets live.
Wow.
And a footnote to that is I used to work on a suicide prevention hotline here in DC, and I can hear my voice at Post-Secret events falling back into the same tones and rhythms that I used when I was listening to people's secrets on that hotline from midnight to 4 a.m. 2 nights a week.
Wow. Wow, that's very powerful stuff. And then otherwise, do you have any other plugs that you'd like to give outside of this? You've got the forthcoming book that might be in the shape of a cell phone. You get the play coming up. Can you give any deets about the play, or is it totally secret at the moment?
We're going to be showing postcards that have never been seen before. Audience members will get a chance to share secrets, and the actors actually are going to be challenged by, and in the script, it has a spot for the actors in the play to share a true secret from their own life. So we're trying to do some really challenging things with theater and performing arts there.
Wow, that's really exciting. Well, Frank, I do want to ask you a question that I ask all of my guests, which is, what was your hottest moment of today, Friday, July 13th?
Believe it or not, I'm on a master swimming team, and so I was up at 5 a.m. and getting in the pool outside, the water was actually hot.
Good. All right. Cool. Hottest moment. Let's give it up. Thank you. All right. Now, Frank, along those same lines, myself, Taylor, and Will have put in a few of our own true secrets. So I'm going to draw them out of this lobster cauldron. Yeah, lobster cauldron. And I would like to invite you to guess who you think it is based on, you know, just your first impressions of all of us.
Can I ask the audience for help?
Absolutely. So you can just ask for sort of a call and response. So I'm just going to draw
I have
for
very
you.
good eyesight, so if anyone thinks nasty ones are me, I'll see you after the show.
All of the nasty ones are terrible. All right, here's the first one. I had a teammate who was mean to me constantly. One night at the dining hall, they rudely asked me to get them a piece of pie. I did and acted generous about it, but before I handed it to her, I secretly licked it. Who do you think secretly licked?
So we have Taylor, we have Charlie, and we have Will.
Yep. Who do you think licked the pie?
I'm hearing Taylor. I was thinking Taylor too. Final answer, Taylor.
Final answer, Taylor. Is it Taylor? Is it you?
Yes!
All right. Yeah! All right. Frank, you're 1 for 1.
I got to say, in the world of secrets that I received, that's pretty tame.
I'll try and get a more raw one for you. Okay, this is not that, but still. Also, I'm going to beat you that one because you'll know exactly what it is. All right. Here we go. I have titanium in my body, which sometimes makes security check machines go off in airports. When the machines don't make an alarm, I don't mention anything, which probably doesn't bode well for future things that could pose a threat. So who do you think as a titanium skeleton.
So we got Charlie or Will?
You don't think Taylor has titanium in her body?
I'm going to go with Will on this one.
Will, is that you? No! That's Taylor.
It's me!
Whoa!
Security checkpoints!
Taylor, where's the titanium?
Where is it?
In my left leg. It's 12 inches long from here to here. And many times I do go off in the airport, but you know where I never go off? LaGuardia. That's not good.
Secrets, everybody. There's a secret for you. All right.
I should tell someone.
All right. When I was 10, I got an experimental hickey from a friend. My dad sat me down and confronted me about it, and I told him I got the bruise from a jacuzzi blower. Who's the jacuzzi blower?
I think it's Charlie, right?
Which final answer, Frank?
Taylor.
I'm going to go with Charlie.
Incorrect!
That's embarrassing! Totally fine. You're meaning to do this.
Listen, these are not shuffled. I'm gonna see if we can pick out a more raw one.
Shuffled. Now you can narrow it down, because if he chooses one, it's not going to be mine, right?
It may or may not be.
Reverse psychology, and then he will choose mine, and then you'll be really confused. That's such a fun game.
Okay, here we go. Here's a raw
That's
one.
a lot of secrets you guys
Hold
have.
on.
Look at
Yeah,
this.
we're not gonna go through all of them. We'll do 2 more. All right. So I purposefully show up very late to family events that have a going to church element, so I can stand in the back and decline communion. Who do you think that is?
Charlie.
That's correct. Sorry, Mom.
Missing out on bread and wine, those are like my 2 favorite things.
Taylor does love bread. All right, second to last one. Sorry, Will, what did you say?
You know, when they have communion, they have a little teeny cup, so you can't get no buzz in.
Right, you don't steal anything. That's why I don't do it. All right. Actually, okay, when I was 16, my parents found porn on my computer while I was at sleepaway camp. When they called to tell me this, I lied that the file sharing program Kazaa, for those of you who remember it, had put it on there. They still believe that programs can put stuff on your computer like that to this very day.
I think the secret behind that was that your parents really didn't believe that. They just didn't want to embarrass you. I'm going to say Charlie again.
That's great.
Yes, nice.
All right.
Secret behind the secrets, because he's had some experience.
I got this one secret one time that said, I still remember my ex-boyfriend's password, and sometimes I get on his account and read his emails. Some of his messages really pissed me off. And then I got this other email that said, I know my girlfriend still has my old password, and sometimes I post messages just to piss her off. The world of secrets.
And you get to know all of them.
All right, Frank, final secret to guess of the night. I used to take piano lessons, and I act like I knew the sheet music, but I really just memorized where my fingers went from the keys. When my teacher asked me about it, I lied.
Well, I think we know who has the musical talent here on the stage, so I'm going to go with Will on this one.
No!
Who still doesn't have the musical talent?
Children, everybody. All right.
Doesn't work. You can't tickle the ivories in like a fake way.
So your teacher was on to you.
She was so mean.
But I guess she was, in a way, your parents just paid her to for her silence, I guess.
I don't know.
All right. Well, Frank, thank you for playing, and thank you so much for being on the program. Let's give it up one more time for everybody. And please check out CoachSecrets.com.